Hey, and welcome to Eat Your Backyard. Quick stream from the beach. Had a busy morning. Surfed all morning. Just got done flying the drone. Actually had several shark encounters while I was out there surfing. It looks like we got some guys getting ready to, I saw them put it on the wire leader, getting ready to try to catch one with a live mullet. Very tranquil day at the beach, that's for sure. Super high tide. Best part of the year in Florida, fall and spring. Although I love winter, I do like summer too, but transition state. It feels so much cooler this time of year, even though it's still 85 degrees. Looks like we might have caught something down there. Small fish. Stiff offshore breeze. Oh, this thing wants to rip out. There you go. I'll tell you, I could have caught a shark with a short-handled gaff this morning right off the surfboard. I had one swim right up within a foot of me. It's very small. So the plan is today, plant the cherimoya tree. Also, I've had some damage happen during the little bit of a windstorm we had last night. Rainstorm. Looks like we had a bit of a downdraft. It cracked my moringa tree right in half, my best one. But I've got so many of them, it's no problem. But I'm gonna do a little live stream on that, or maybe a video on that later. So that's gonna force me to have to stubble that, which will, I'm sure, make it start growing vigorous shoots. Be my first bushy moringa. He is hoping to catch that shark. Also, stay tuned for the Surf All Day A1A channel video. I'm going to post about a 15-minute long music video of flying over a lot of sharks actively feeding here about a week ago. This time of year, you could possibly see a sighting of a right whale off the beach, but it's very rare. There were recent sightings of them. I see there's a little sea turtle. Maybe you saw that popping its head up right on the inside there. Pretty serene. Figured it might be cool to give you a quick snippet out of my normal weekend routine. Jack was back taking care of the chickens. That is a lake, my friend. That is Lake Atlantic. Good to see you, Irie Tropicals. Yeah, using those hog leg mullet, trying to catch a shark. Definitely saw more aggressive shark behavior than I'm used to, where I had one swim right up to me this morning. Real slow though. Alright, classic problem. The offshore winter about to blow that away. Despite the apparent lakishness of this ocean here, it is dead high tide, and I caught some very, very good ones this morning. That was when the tide wasn't on it so badly, but you can see it's all refracto now. Yeah, they may end up getting one. It'd be interesting to see if they hook up on a shark right now. There have been so many sharks. That video I made, yeah, it's 15 minutes long, and it's nothing but giant sharks swimming around. It's interesting because I got a paddle boarder that was out, and they were swimming all around them, and that's kind of a cool perspective from the drone. I can't believe how high the tide is coming up today. This is like a lunar high tide, maybe? Treasure Outdoors. Yeah, dude, I wish you were here too. I bet you this swell, this high tide swell, is washing up Spanish doubloons. Yeah, I am definitely enjoying this. It's nice to just kind of chill after a good surf session, get into the hobby of the videoing. My time here because I'm next going to see my daughter play volleyball, which is also one of my most favorite things to do in the world. It's such a fun game to watch, volleyball. I really didn't know much about it until she started getting into it, and it's such a fast-paced, cool game. I love it. And then my son wanted to do volleyball too, but there aren't any like boys volleyball around. That was interesting. We could probably find it, but it's a cool game. Of course, it's intricately tied to the beach. If you were in like California, you know, a place like Los Angeles or Huntington Beach, I mean, the volleyball courts just go forever on these beaches that are like 2 football fields wide. Here we've got a little tiny sliver, this much goodness. I'll tell you this much, it's a much shorter walk to the surf. California, it's like a hike. And some of the spots I go surf, they're like trestles, and others, you know, if you don't have an electric bike to get there, you're kind of bummed, because probably about 20 people will pass you on their electric bikes during your 25-minute walk to get to the beach. See, despite the flat lakishness, there are lines. If I see something tempting, I might just go back out, like that little corner there. It's a little slice of heaven. Of course, it's right out in front of where these dudes are trying to get that shark. You know, do them a favor and paddle the bait out for them to where they'll actually have a better chance of catching one. We use, let's say, a far different method to achieve this same result, and have been effective every single time we've tried it. Catch a shark. Catch and release a shark. I gotta be honest, man, I wouldn't do it on a Saturday morning on the weekend. Try to actively target fish like that, because you swing them in through people who are maybe swimming. I don't know. It's just kind of, to me, I wouldn't do it. But if they catch one, I'll videotape it. This is nice. That cold front that swung through really brought in a little bit slightly drier air behind it, and you can really feel the difference, I think. Without this, umbrella, it would be scorching hot out here, though. It gets so hot that the iPhone actually dims down. Oh, is he getting one? Is he getting it? He's getting excited there. Yeah, see this pelican up here? Beautiful icon. He's got his eye on that guy's bait. Gonna dive bomb on that bait. I almost am interested in this little corner right here. Thinking about it. Of course, I don't really have much time left. Yeah, so I couldn't believe it. My moringa tree was snapped in half, lower than half, by wind, I suppose. I don't know. I do see something hitting that bait on the inside, so they might get lucky here. They could also get a tarpon, certainly. Not with that wire leader on, but with that clear leader the guy's on the right's got, I think tarpon is a chance. I'll tell you what, it's tempting to just bring a canopy down here and set up a hammock and spend some time. Of course, to do that, I need a new canopy. All we have left is this. All of our canopies have been crushed. I'm not exaggerating when I say our current canopy was lifted up and thrown over our house by a small tornado that touched down on the other side of the street from us, and then lifted back up. It was more like a water spout type thing that just touched down, drilled in my neighbor's fence, flattened it, broke some branches off some oak trees. Luckily, it just drilled right back up into the sky, but it picked up my canopy I had out in my backyard, and it literally carried it over the house and then crushed it. So I no longer have a canopy. That's a major capability decrease, not to have the canopy. You set up a canopy and a grill down at the beach with a cooler, some hot dogs, you created a little slice of paradise. And that's a ritual we like. Now, if you got a soft top surfboard and a good attitude, little wave. Hey, Damos Megan, welcome aboard. Good morning, and I hope your morning's going well. We're watching these dudes try to catch a shark. Shark's not cooperating. Seems swimming around out there. Yeah, pretty calm this morning. The waves are there's actually a lot of swell out here. Decent period lined up swell. It's just that this is super high tide, so it's too deep for it to really break. It's a super, super high tide. The water doesn't get this high on a small wave like this much. But yeah, it's not going to break. If you look up and down the beach, it's nothing but flatness. It's beautiful, really. That's why I came down here and flew the drone up and down the beach. I still got a couple kids longboarding in the drone video that I'll put on Surf All Day A1A. By the way, if you are not already subscribed to Surf All Day A1A, go ahead and check that channel out and give it a sub if you like it. We fly over shark feeding events, feeding frenzies all the time. Just had a recent one. I didn't bring the gimbal down here this morning. Love that thing. Keeps the video from being shaky. It's probably just a little bit shaky the way this is. I'm kind of holding it up with my hand. Does he get it? Heard him say they got a circle hook. If he's got a circle hook, he just needs to reel it in, not strike it. So it looks like yeah, there's that bass hook set technique you can use, which I love, but not with the circle hook. That's why I don't really love the circle hook, but circle hook is great for just hooking them right in the side of their mouth and more of a clean catch and release. It's really a good way to go. So the gimbal is great. Yeah, I got one of those DJI Osmo 2s, I believe it was. Yeah, the decent hand gimbal for the cell phone. This iPhone 12 is just amazing. I love it. Clarity of the image, the camera, the function of it, just love it. And then the last thing I bought, I hate to be the gadget guy, just be buying gadgets, but I really need some kind of good audio setup. I don't know if you can hear the wind on this phone right now, but it'll eliminate all that. I got just ordered it. Yeah, this is Brevard County, Florida. Yeah. It's just about a half hour south of the Space Center. Spaceport. So I bought just purchased the Rode Go 2 wireless microphone. It's got a transmitter and receiver and 2 transmitter mics that are really touted to be excellent. St. John's is quite cloudy, huh? Shout out to St. John's. Thanks for jumping on the stream and representing. Hey, man. Greetings. They got the right idea. I'm going to give them an A+. The grade's an A+. You can tell they got all the right ingredients. Chairs, the right attitude. Bag of stuff, probably filled with tasty snacks. Maybe a couple books. Beach blanket, and you're good. But now that I'm going to have that, now that I'm going to have the, is he hooking up? No. They're seeing the bait get nervous, and then, of course, they get nervous. You always feel like when you see the bait chomping like that any minute they're gonna nail you. Quite interesting. But yeah, now that I'm going to have that Rode wireless mic, I can get into what I've been wanting to get into much more deeply, which is kind of interviews and all that kind of stuff, and also be able to video with the phone, farther from the phone. I gotta find somebody who's willing to videotape me, which is Jack most of the time. But I thought I'd get some friends, maybe they'd be interested. But also get good with the tripod shots and so on. I've got a series that I'm doing on growing fruit trees. I just released the first few related to that. on bananas. You might have watched those. If you watch those new videos that I put out, you'll see the new format I'm using. I'm trying to really ramp up the coolness of the videos, you know. And you can see what I mean when you go check that out. The entertainment value certainly, but also the usefulness, the way I structure the information, and yeah, so it's going to be really cool. I've got a local nursery that wants to work with me to also be on these things. So now that I've got the best possible video situation I can imagine, which is this phone. I've got a good audio situation, which is that Rode mic, and then I've got the stability that comes through the gimbal, and you really can produce video that's incredible. And I plan to do that. Look at this. Feather, 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 backing off feather on the beach. There's lots of things you can do in life, but if you're doing this, hard to complain. Well, I could lose track of time very easily here, but I see it's been about 20 minutes and I need to go get ready to go watch the game. I hope you're going to have a great day. Please leave some comments. Let me know what you're about to do today in your garden. I may do another live stream here later on tonight as I take care of business, but certainly kick off the next fruit tree video series of videos about the next fruit tree I'm going to highlight.